Hi, I'm Nathan Berg, and I'm auditioning for Lucas.
My name's Colin Philippi, and I'm auditioning for Jasper.
My name's Marilyn Grace Schmid, and I'm here to audition for Michaela.
Hello, my name is Dylan Lawson. I'm auditioning for Mason.
Hi, my name's Piper Hoyk, and I'm auditioning for the role of Ruby.
This is it, Lucas. This last straw. I can't take this whole back and forth thing with you.
Look, I told you from the start, I'm not gay.
Well, you could start by telling Michaela the truth.
You can start by actually apologizing.
Then just be honest with me.
Well, of course she won't. But she'll understand, Lucas. She loves you.
Well, that's one relationship taken care of.
Get out of my house. Get out!
I decided to audition for this short film because I hadn't auditioned for anything else, didn't really do anything with the school, so I was like, you know what, why not?
I heard an announcement for it, and I was like, why not? I was bored, and then I was just in Halston one day, and then I saw you, and I was like, hey, aren't you the one doing the movie? And then you're like, yeah, and I was like, cool. And you're like, you should try out, and I was like, cool. So I tried out.
I decided to audition for the short film because I had never acted in a short film before, and I wanted to experience something new.
I auditioned mostly because I was actually in an interview with Death, and I had a really fun time doing that. And I've always honestly really wanted to try acting.
I wanted to help Giovanna with our senior project, and I chose the character Ruby because I think I related to her the most.
What did you doing, Nick?
I'm setting up the microphone.
But can you sit over here?
Alright, I got you.
Yeah. And then you're gonna sit here. So you're like talking to each other. But you want to be with him. You're just scared to go through that part of your life, basically.
Because you never thought you'd experience, and it's not something that you prepared yourself for, right? Am I getting it right?
Yeah.
Jasper, I think I might have feelings for you.
You're really vulnerable right now.
You have to be like Jasper. I think I may have
No,
feelings or something like that.
It's like Jasper.
Can we
I
switch
think I
roles?
might have feelings about you.
I think I might have feelings for you. So what do you have to say?
First day of filming.
It was right in my face.
Went great.
It was terrible.
That was great. So, I wrote a book called Pulled in Two Directions, and it's a much longer version of this short film. And I was like, senior project, I could make something that has no meaning or make something that has meaning. And this had meaning. So I took that idea, shrunk it down into 12 minutes.
12 minutes and like 5 months of shooting.
Yeah, and produced it, and
Nice.
came out great. Action. Never kiss me anymore. Cut. Okay, that was great.
I kind of chose that character because he seemed like the responsible, just helpful friend, I guess, that would be there for the main character and just kind of, because honestly, I felt like I could really connect with that character. I really like that attitude and that ideology to things, being there for your friends.
Different. Period. Different. I also never played a character like that just because it's all like all the characters that I have played have been in theater, so those characters are like out and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of like, it's a very, it's like more emotional, if that makes sense.
It was fun and it was a challenge, but I felt like I could be myself through the role, and I felt like I was a part of Michaela, or Michaela was a part of me.
It was kind of weird at first, because I didn't know Nathan, and there's a whole thing about we had to be like in a relationship, and so I really wasn't any chemistry, like we didn't know each other. But then it just became like, I actually like got to know him, and it was a lot easier from then on.
Very natural. There wasn't much acting.
In the beginning, it was a little slow, just because we were like kind of finding everyone's like motion, if that makes sense.
It was really chill. There was no like real big issues. Just sometimes staying quiet was hard, and refilming things it took effort, but I don't know, it was fun.
It was really cool, actually. It was really cool. Kind of pretty business-like, I guess. So you just do the scene, do that, and all that. We had some fun with it, though. It wasn't like a super like dry air and really serious.
At first, it was really stressful. I would always like push the line with the things I was saying, and I'd speak loud. But then, like as I got to know everybody and we all got to know each other, it got a lot easier. After like the first 3 shoots or so, it became a lot easier. It was really fun, actually.
It was a little more disorganized than I thought it would be. Having a bunch of teenagers trying to stay focused on one thing doesn't always turn out great, but
it was just a really fun environment to be in.
No, I don't think so.
All right, let's try.
It's fine.
No,
just
I
aim
need
it at
like
her.
a sec. I need like a sec. Just
It's okay.
All right.
It's Isabella.
Hello.
She's not very scary, huh, Izzy?
No, just like poked out. I was like, hey, there's a kid watching us.
Kind of scary.
She likes this stuff. So, do you want to watch, Izzy? No.
When I first auditioned for this short film, I didn't know any of the other actors or actresses who were involved with it. So getting to know them was actually really easy because they were all just like, let's do this work, and let's have fun while doing it. And so they were all like very like caring and loving people. And I always looked forward to filming.
Colin can be a spaz at a time. I love you, bro. All right. Everyone was, in the grand scheme of things, pretty chill and like worked. But I mean, there were obviously times where we'd goof off and like we shouldn't be goofing off. But I mean, that comes with everything. So
All of them are great. I'm just gonna say that.
I don't know, it was a good experience, good people.
It was cool. It was a different group of people than I normally would have hung out with, and like, so it was a cool like new experience. It was something that I just hadn't done before.
Do you want me to be like, look, or be like, I don't know how you want me to say this.
You want me to be like, look, or be like?
Look or look?
Shall we
What do you mean?
Shall we like look or shall we like look?
One personal conflict I had with this film was, in fact, the kissing scene. Because even though I was comfortable with Nathan, I see him only as a friend, and to like be romantic with a person you see just as a friend could be a little weird.
I would say just like staying on track, basically. Trying not to goof off too much. I mean, obviously there has to be room for goofing off. We're teenagers making a film, so yeah, there was a lot of that.
Don't go in the closet! Get out!
You're just coming
Get out of the closet!
You came out.
No, you came out!
A typical like.
Like, oh my god. No, he's not.
Guys, I'm here.
Oh my god. Look. Regardless if you talk to him or not. Okay, ready? No. Okay.
After the filming, I got a lot of flack for kissing a dude. So that was kind of like bummed me out. Because that people loved it, or they thought, you know, like, oh, that's gay, like just stuff like that.
Remembering lines and remembering to bring my script, I think those are the only things.
One struggle that I had was directing people on how to act, because I'm not like an expert on acting and stuff, and so it was kind of hard for me to like tell my actors specifically what I wanted to get out of them. Yeah, so that was a challenge.
This is it, Lucas. This is the last straw. I can't take this whole back and forth thing with you.
Okay, you need to be a little more angry.
This is it, Lucas. This is the last straw. I can't take this whole back and forth thing with you.
Just be like, look, like you're setting this out for him, like you're explaining this.
Look, regardless of whether or not you talk to him, you have to go. He needs you tonight more than ever, even if he doesn't want to admit it.
That was good.
That was
That
good.
was good.
I like that.
Okay.
He walks in, so you guys are like talking to each other.
Oh.
And then he's gonna walk in, and that's when you divert your attention.
Talk about something.
So also you go in for the hug first, because you're still like not affectionate with her.
All right, let's do this.
I think one thing to take away is that even though it's very like stressful and you know you have to get it done, just to have fun with it and not take everything so seriously.
Well, it was my first experience as an actor. Not as an actor, as an actor in front of a camera. I've always been an actor like on stage and stuff like that. So doing it in front of a camera with, you know, lights and a microphone and like extra people behind the scenes, you know, you're not performing for an audience in a sense, you're performing for a camera. I would take away that it's a different experience, but definitely something that's valuable.
Well, I have to say, this film made me kind of realize that I really do like acting.
One thing I can take away from this experience is to never like be quick to judge people and always listen to them and always try to connect with them and always like try to make friends.
Don't drink away your sadness.
Also, acting's harder than it looks, but also easier than it looks. But it's harder than it looks, but it's better than it seems by the time of acting. You feel what I mean? So like during shooting, I was like, oh, I'm doing miserably, and then when I watched it, I was like, hey, that's not terrible. And I ate all your food, so that was fun. I enjoyed that.
I think that everyone, people will, you know, take it in their own way a little bit differently, but I hope that people can relate to how Lucas was feeling, and Jasper, but obviously it's a little, you know, theatrical, but I hope that it kind of shows that no matter what you're going through, someone else is also going through it. So hang in there and just be true to yourself, man.
I felt like there was a lot of people like who underestimated or like didn't know it was in the capability of the people who were parts of the films to do whatever they did. But then they learned. It was like, oh, wait a second, there's like another side to this person. So I thought that was cool.
I think some people will take to it, but I think other people will just be like, oh, it's just a short film. It doesn't mean that much, but it depends on who the person is. I think I learned a few things from it, but some people might not because they are, I don't know, different mindset.
I think that this short film has an important message behind it. And I think what I got from this short film is that even if you are struggling with your sexuality and even if you are thinking that you may like the same gender or anything, it's okay, and it's okay to not realize it right away and to be in denial about it, as long as like you come back from it and you're like, yes, I love this person, I love this gender. People will have different emotions about it because there are some people who are really supportive and there's the other people who don't fully understand it, and I think this short film will help them understand it.
I think the message that I wanted to portray was just basically like accept yourself for who you are and don't try to like push that down, because at the end of the day you won't be happy. Even if you set yourself to think you are, this persona that you create that isn't you, it's just not gonna do anything for you. And I think that will resonate with a lot of people because I think everyone kind of goes through something like that at one point or another.
Anything I want to add? Not really.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Don't do drugs.
When we got the shot where everyone got into Jasper's house, we realized that the pictures on the wall were of your family. And then we were like, oh, we're just gonna leave it. I hope nobody notices.
This guy gives the best ideas. You know, he should be a director himself.
I think you should get into UC Berkeley, and this film should go to Sundance. Just saying. And if I don't win any short film awards, I'm gonna be pretty mad.
Okay.
I'm gonna be, yeah, I might sue you.
Okay.
Yeah, for getting my hopes up, you know. Yeah.
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 Cool.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.